Howdy y'all, Christi here with Little Salty Homesteader. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome out into my garden. Today is an absolutely beautiful fall day, so I thought that I would take a little bit of time to go ahead and take care of some garden maintenance tasks. So the things that I need to be working on today are cutting down the sunflowers in the sunflower patch. Makes me so sad, but it is time for them. I need to fertilize the raised bed that has all of the brassicas in it because those are fully planted out, and I want to go ahead and just give them a nutrient boost. I need to transplant some kale into another raised bed, and I need to go through and harvest some okra and some cowpeas. So quite a lot to do, and I thought that I would just turn the camera on and kind of just let you guys watch my wacky gardening process as I take care of all these tasks. What I have here is purple kohlrabi that I'm moving over to my hardening off tray because it is the day to start hardening this off. So let's go ahead and get started on the rest of the tasks. Alright, so what's being transplanted in today is rainbow lacinato kale, these 4 here, and then this side here is the Russian red, also known as ragged jack kale, and this one is the Frisé Rouge kale from Johnny's Select Seeds. So this one is much bigger than the other ones, but if you see the seed cells, they're much larger too. But look at the healthy root systems we have here. So these ought to do really well once I get them transplanted in. Alright, last week I put in the blue scotch curled kale and then the regular lacinato kale. So I need to move these cowpeas around to make room for these new kales. So I'm gonna try to rearrange that real quick. Frost tolerant, so it should still bloom and flower and live and stuff past the freezing point. Now I'm not sure how cold hardy this is, but at least it will be a little spot of happiness once everything else is like kind of drab and starting to die off. So let's see, that is quite a mess I've made there. All right. Okay, so we are going to have a full bed of kale, which is really exciting. So I'm just going to dig lots of holes here. 2, 3. Okay, so I have all of the holes dug in. I'm just gonna put some fertilizer and earthworm castings into each of the planting spots, and then we'll get planted. Alright, so I'm going to be fertilizing this bed here with blood meal and earthworm castings. I'm just going to do the whole bed. Whatever is growing in here is going to get a shot of both. So it's not going to hurt anything. It might make the basil even leafier than it is because the blood meal is a good nitrogen source for the heavy nitrogen feeders, and it's really good for leaf growth, and we try to get it not so much around the carrots, but the tomatoes and the brassicas and whatever other leafy things might be in here. There is a little bit of lettuce that sprouted. I also need to get this bed too, because it does have eggplant, Brussels sprouts, and some cabbages in it. So making sure that it has enough nutrients to continue to grow is always really important. Getting in here is the tricky part. is today's harvest. It's nothing massive, but it's cute and it will feed us. So the okra is going to go into the dehydrator today. These I'm going to shell and put on a dehydrator tray. I'm letting them dehydrate just at room temperature and not with the machine. And then I'm just adding them to a quart-sized mason jar as they get nice and dried out. All right, but there we have it. Quite a few maintenance tasks that are taken care of that have been on the to-do list for this week. So I'm glad that the weather was really nice and I was able to get out here in between some work tasks. One note on the transplanting. Typically, you want to do your transplanting on either a day that is overcast or you want to do your transplanting early in the morning or late in the evening. Unfortunately, none of those things worked out for me today. So I transplanted them while the temperatures are relatively mild, and they have been outside in all of the elements for a couple of weeks now, so I think that they'll be okay. They may have a little bit of shock as the sun sets a little bit. That way I'll get out here and water those in really well so that all the water doesn't just evaporate right off. Plus it did rain almost 2 inches worth yesterday, so that soil that I transplanted them into is still pretty moist, so the roots do have space to spread out. There's water for them to immediately start to absorb, kind of ease that transplant shock. But as a note, when you transplant, remember, try to do it on a cloudy-ish day, early in the morning or late in the evening, to kind of minimize the shock a little bit on those tender roots. But if you liked today's maintenance task video, where it's just kind of random piddling around taking care of the small menial tasks that need to be done, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, do all those different YouTube-y things. But until next time, go find a way to get those garden manicures. Bye!